Hong Kong enters 15th week of mass protests as unrest continues.
Here's a summary of the article.
Rival groups of demonstrators clashed in Hong Kong and police made arrests in another weekend of mass protests after months of political unrest. As Hong Kong enters its fourth month of mass protests, tensions between supporters and critics of the pro-democracy movement have escalated. Hundreds of anti-government protesters in masks and all-black outfits were also marching in Tin Shui Wai, a neighborhood in Hong Kong's New Territories, defying a police ban on the planned event. Saturday marks the 15th consecutive weekend of mass protests in Hong Kong, where demonstrations against the government have deeply divided society. Hong Kong's leader, Carrie Lam, has said that she will permanently withdraw the bill, but protesters have vowed to continue until all their demands are met. More than 100 secondary school students gathered in central Hong Kong, where they sang Glory to Hong Kong, a song that has become the unofficial anthem of the protests, and stuck signs and posted messages along a wall. He said, "There are a lot less people showing up to these kinds of protests and gathering, and I hope Hong Kong people will still remember what happened within these 3 months."
This post received a score of 8,911, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Maybe China just ignores them until they go away.
They are waiting in part for the world to stop watching too.
Sadly, it's a legit tactic that works. Give enough time, people get desensitized to just about any situation.
Waiting for the non-protesters begin to be really angry about the protests. Probably the best tactic. Rookie numbers. France been at it for like 43 weeks straight.
WTF is going on in France? Sincerely, a North American who is satiated by the Western lobotomedia. I look for this kind of shit and have seen nothing about France recently.
I think it had something to do with a tax increase on gas, but TBH I can't remember. Edit, look up Yellow Vests protest. It did stem from increase on taxes for motorist.
For some reason I feel like demonstrating for the right to not be legally gulagged is a bit more of a noble cause than saving 7 cents a liter on gasoline.
The carbon tax on gas was more like the straw that broke the camel's back. Essentially, the protests were boil-overs from taxes and removal of benefits over the past couple of years that mainly affected the lower middle class and below.
They should be lauded for taking time out from their jobs to protest.
I love how Reddit is screaming about how the planet is dying and how we should be doing something about it. Then when a country implements a very effective policy to lower carbon emissions, the people rioting against the policy are to be lauded.
You are absolutely right, the planet is dying. Let's take it out on the middle and lower classes, they are clearly the ones to blame.
I don't get it. We're liking the posts and sharing the videos. Shouldn't it have stopped by now? Isn't that how it works?
We haven't been memeing about it enough.
Stand with Hong Kong.
Stay away from Chinese goods.
Lol, good luck with that. The majority of goods imported into the US are made in China.
We'll just up the tariffs.
Democracy will prevail.
Pickles will prevail.
Wait, what?
Part 1, Part 2. Part 2 is the main one, but it makes more sense if you watch a bit of Part 1.
We must be like Hong Kong.
Catalonia tried and look what we did to them.
My friend was shot at with rubber bullets by police in Barcelona when he was standing in line for an ATM. Very reasonable responses right there.
City is in unrest, portcullis gate with red background.
Even in the best-case outcome for the protesters this time, nothing will stop China from trying again in X amount of years, especially post-2047 when Hong Kong's limited autonomy is no longer guaranteed and Beijing can more authoritatively impose themselves over the city.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.